Barack Obama's running to be president, a self-made man who knows how best his dollar's spent.
Lines were long, but spirits were high as hundreds of people waited outside Bookdale High School in Akron to hear Michelle Obama speak in place of Barack Obama as she reached out to Akron residents on Barack's behalf.
There's only one candidate who's basing his economic policies around the middle class. Barack is the only candidate who knows that we can no longer reward companies for shipping jobs overseas. We have to create incentives for companies that are keeping jobs right here in Akron, right here in Ohio.
And keeping jobs in Ohio and restoring the state's economy is big on local residents' minds.
To me, the most important issue is our economy. We can't afford to continue losing jobs.
The economy is the most important.
Our schools need help.
Obama says that her husband believes now is the time to invest in education.
He says we have to invest billions right now on early childhood education. We have to recruit new teachers and pay them and give them the responsibility and training that they need. Ohio, our job is not finished yet. The work begins now. Our job is to get Barack in the White House. He's not there yet.
Bronner says he hopes to be around long enough to do that job.
In 2005, 2006, I was diagnosed with cancer, and my only prayer has been to continue to survive long enough to cast the vote for Barack Obama.
Everybody is around here today. If they ain't voting for Obama, they can go home.
Obama says it's important to get everyone out to the polls.
The outcome in this state can guide the country, can guide the election. So if you know someone in your life who still believes that their vote doesn't count, tell them that is just not true.
Vote.
This is Jeff Johnson reporting for TV2 News. Do you know where you can lease a car for $77 a month, a brand new car?
No, I don't.
No, I don't.
No.
If you work for the athletic department as a coach or administrator, you can lease a brand new car for $77 a month.
Oh, why can't custodial do it?
How much do you pay out of your pocket for the car?
Enough. We'll say that. I mean, it's enough. It's not a free car for me. It's money out of my salary and out of my checking account each and every month. Just like if I was to go out and lease a vehicle, it costs me about the same.
According to the athletic department's lease agreement, these brand new Fords' monthly cost is $27 for insurance and $50 for personal use. Each semester, $260 is taken out of each student's tuition and goes to the athletic department. That's enough to lease not one, not two, but 3 of these cars. And the department has 38.
38 cars? Oh my God.
Recruiting is a major part of our business travel, but there's significant other too.
So the primary reason for having the vehicles is for recruiting.
That would be probably number one reason.
We obtain copies of all of the coaches' car logs for each month they use the cars. These log sheets help the athletic department to keep track of how the coaches are using the vehicles. Out of 485 for total recruiting trips, the logs show that head women's golf coach Mike Morrow and 3 other athletic personnel didn't report taking any recruiting trips. But coaches who recruit aren't the only people driving around in company cars. 4 out of the 38 vehicles are driven by personnel that don't recruit. Excuse me, Coach. You got a minute?
What's that?
Do you have a minute?
I'm not a coach.
So if a coach isn't recruiting, why do they need a car?
Well, community activities related to their program, team activities in the community.
But according to NCAA recruiting regulations, coaches are only allowed to recruit during certain times of the year. So what do they use their cars for when they aren't allowed to recruit?
When I go home, I park the car and use my other vehicles that I have at the house.
But not all the coaches keep their cars parked. We found trips to Jock Jams practice, supporting a player in court, even a Cavs game. Recruiting? Hardly. This is Jeff Johnson, TV2 News. The city of Chicago is revving up for the return of Barack Obama, who will hold a final campaign event in Grant Park as the long-awaited election results roll in. Preparations began about a week ago, and people in Chicago are upbeat about this very special election night.
extremely excited. This is the best thing that ever happened to Chicago.
Chicago resident Laura Whitted says an event like this is a great way for the city to show itself.
I think it's really important, especially the fact they just wrapped up the big Chicago Marathon and the fact that we're gaming for the 2016 Olympic Games. I think it's another reason to draw attention to the city and show them that we can promote big events and support large crowds.
And with hundreds of thousands of people expected to be at Grant Park for the event, Whitted says she doesn't expect things will get out of hand.
I think it's going to be a controlled crowd, hopefully. I think everyone is going to be coming out to celebrate, good, bad, or indifferent.
Are there actually any McCain supporters in Chicago anywhere?
If there are, they are keeping quiet.
Gary Burrow will attend tomorrow night's event and says the question in Chicago isn't who will win, but who will get in.
Well, I think one of the biggest issues is, are you in or are you not in? Everyone's trying to figure out how to attend the event.
For those that won't get into Grant Park, monitors will also be set up at Millennium Park just a few blocks north. With only 1 day left until the presidential election, the city of Chicago is in preparation mode as between 750,000 and 1 million people are expected to show up at the Obama victory speech here at Grant Park in downtown Chicago. As you can see behind me, there are about 30 satellite trucks from media outlets all over the country, and there are about 50,000 ticketed people who will be allowed in the gates around 8:30 tomorrow night, with more expected to be out here along the gates to watch the events on projectors. There will also be major road closures according to the Chicago Department of Transportation. They're going to try to channel the traffic around the congested areas to make things flow more smoothly. And local businesses are also going to be sending some of their employees home early to avoid the rush. Chicago officials are also encouraging people to try to find another watch spot to avoid coming down here in all the congestion. Chicago Mayor Daley says that it's a historic event, and if people want to come, they should be able to. Reporting from Chicago, this is Jeff Johnson for TV2 News.